me, Janelle from YogawithJa, and today we're going to put together all of the practices we did this week to learn how to do a full practice in our kneeling sun salutation. So first we begin by just observing the breath. You can start with your legs crossed, prop yourself up on a block or a cushion if sitting cross-legged is uncomfortable, or if you can't get your spine erect. Close your eyes and put your hands on your thighs. Just noticing the breath coming in and out of the body, and also noticing how you feel. You scan your body for any points of tension. Anywhere that you feel you might be holding or gripping. Now we're going to practice taking those deep abdominal breaths where we fill up our lungs, causing our diaphragm to expand or push down the stomach, causing the stomach to expand a little. And then when we exhale, drawing all the breath out, letting the diaphragm move up and the tummy will go in. So take a breath in and out. And in and out. You can place one hand on your chest, another hand on the abdomen, just to feel the action and to feel the movement and flow of the breath. At your own pace, you take a few more deep breaths in and out. Finding your center, finding some stillness within. When you're done, you can relax your hands down. We'll do the core breath, the breath that's going to really warm up and heat up our core. When we do this, we breathe in and expand all the way to the pelvic floor, warming and widening at the hips. And when we exhale, we lift from our pelvic muscles, we contract them and lift them up past the navel, past the heart center. So we keep our whole core engaged with this breath. So let's begin. Take a breath in and out. Another one in and out. Lift. Again, breathe in, open, warm and widen. Exhale, lift. Let's add some movement to that. So we'll inhale and reach our hands forward like cow pose. Exhale, drawing in, sucking the lower belly in. Inhale, reach the hands forward and the chest forward, tilting the tailbone back, warming and widening at the hips. Exhale, draw it in, curl up like a cat with your spine. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Few more times. Inhaling and exhaling. If you'd like, you can add on your exhales, lifting your heels off the floor. So inhaling, reaching, exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling, and maybe stretching the legs out some more. We want to get nice and warm. And two more. one. So we'll stop here for now. You don't have to do as many, but it'd be great to get that breath going and use that breath throughout the practice as we continue. So from here, we'll move into our warm-ups. Coming first into this ankle stretch where we sit back onto our heels. Your big toes can be together. And remember, if this is really uncomfortable for you, you can always pad your ankles, pad your knees, do whatever you need to make this more accessible, or sit up on a block. We'll start with our neck circles. So just taking the chin down, moving it to one side, and then up and down. A few times. Rotating the chin back in, then the opposite side. Up. And back in. You can always do some more or anything different that your body might need. I like to do this stretch where I cap the back of my head and kind of lifting my skull, the base of my skull up and forward as I press the back of my head back into my hands, resisting. So good stretch for your neck. Elbows point forward, just breathe easy. Holding it and relaxing it for a moment. And press again. And release, and we'll do it one more time. And release. So from here we're going to our wrist stretches. I'll come also into a toe stretch. So I flip my feet, I'm on my toes, I'll flip my little toe and roll some pressure out onto the little toe side. Then from here, I'll do some wrist circles. About 6 in one direction and then the 6 in the same direction. And I'll extend my hands forward, pressing my wrist out, drawing my fingers back towards me. Then flip it over, fingers pointing down. Again, drawing the fingers towards you and the wrists forward. From here, I'll draw my fingertips back. And then switch to the other side. Next, some pressure on my wrists. So first I'll start with my palms down and my fingertips towards me. Shifting my weight forward, shoulders moving past the wrists. I'll slowly bring my hips back and my weight back. Stretching here for a moment and then gently lifting my hands up off of the floor. You can stay right here or you can take your hands out a little further. Again, rocking forward and then slowly bringing your weight back. One more time. Press down and then stretch and slowly take your weight back. From here, we'll do in the opposite direction. The wrists are down, my arms are turning in, forward, and then slowly back until they come off of the floor. strong fist into the mat, pushing up and release. Then I'll do it 2 more times. Last one. So keeping my wrists together, I'll bring them down onto the floor and move my weight forward and back and forward and back. Then you can shift your weight side to side as far as you can go with straight arms, and maybe some circles in one direction and then the other direction. When you're done, you'll come up, stretch your fingers, and then flick your fingers and wrists a few times just to loosen them up. Then we'll massage from wrist to elbow on both arms, squeezing all the way down and back up to loosen the muscles and the tendons in the arms. We start with the kneeling sun salutation. So we start with our palms pressed together. The spine nice and long, the core engaged. We'll inhale to tabletop, bending the elbows back towards the body. We'll dip down and then press back up. From here, we continue moving our sit bones towards our heels and stretching out for child's pose. Your forehead can come down to the mat. You can keep your arms active. When you're here, take a breath in, filling up the back body. Exhale, begin to curl up the spine. Inhale, open up the arms. Exhale, you're back at prayer. So now we're going to incorporate some of the things that we did during our week into our sun salutation practice. So we'll begin in tabletop. From here, we'll move into spinal flexion and extension, or cat and cow pose. For cow pose, when we inhale, we move the heart forward and tailbone up. And for cat pose, we press into the hands, round the spine, tucking the chin, tucking the tailbone, and drawing the low belly in. Do these at your own pace, remembering to add breath to movement. You can accentuate the spine with your exhales and feel the pose in your body as you move. Take your hips back when you inhale and roll your spine forward on the exhale. Flow however your body requires, and when you're done, we'll come back to tabletop. Remembering to reach your heart forward in both directions in this posture. From tabletop, we'll bend our elbows back towards the body, dipping down, press back up, and then move our hips to our sit bones for child's pose. Take a breath in. Exhaling, we'll curl up the spine and lift up. Extend your arms on an inhale. Exhaling, palms pressed together. Next, we'll come back into tabletop position and do our push down and press back up. Then we'll move into our balancing posture. Extend the right leg, then the left arm. You can stay right here, or you can raise the right leg off of the floor. Add some movement by drawing your knees to your elbows. Do this about 5 times. Remembering to keep the core active, and you can also add some cat and cow curls here. Come back to the tabletop position and we'll do the other side. Left leg extends, right hand extends. Stay here or activate your core and lift your left leg off of the floor. Go into movement, knee to elbow, and again, keeping the core active, you can also use your deep core strength breathing here to really work the core. Come back to tabletop, press your hips back for child's pose. Take a breath in, fill up the back body, and when you exhale, you roll up, rounding the spine, extending the arms out. Exhale, press your palms together. Come to a tabletop position for the next balancing pose. We'll turn the left foot out and anchor the left toes. Extend the right foot, come onto your toes on the right foot, then extend your right hand up for a variation of side plank on your knees. You can stay here or raise the right leg off of the floor, balance here or add movement, bringing your elbow to knee or any other movement that your body would be comfortable doing in this position. We'll do it about 5 times. Then we can reach for the bind. So hold on to the right leg or the right foot. Open the heart up to the sky. Stretch and then come gently back to tabletop. Then we'll do the same thing on the opposite side. Anchoring the right foot this time, we'll lift the left off of the floor and add some movement. Curling in and expressing out. You can add your deep core breaths here as well. Moving with intention, moving from your core. Go for the bind, extend your heart out, gentle back bend, and then release to the floor. From tabletop, dip down, press up, and bring your hips to your heels for child's pose. Extend your arms and stretch the side body. Take a deep breath in, then roll up on an exhale. Open the arms out to inhale, press your palms together, exhale. Next, we'll move into seated cat and cow, moving the spine back and forward as we roll the shoulders along with this movement. Consciously focus on breathing into the movement as well as taking the shoulder blades towards each other and forward. Do this at a comfortable pace for yourself and then stretch your neck maybe before we reach our arms forward to protract and retract our shoulder blades. So here we want to move our shoulder blades towards each other, then away from each other as much as we can. Add some shoulder rotation, really getting the scapula unstuck from the back. And then maybe we can do some circles with our elbows, moving the shoulders any way that we feel the body requires. So intuitively move your body. Notice how you feel with the movement and then come into a tabletop position. Do some shoulder strengthening by adding push-ups into this section of the practice. Bending the elbows back towards the body and keeping the shoulder blades up or the tops of the shoulders up. We'll do about 5 and then press back into child's pose. Come back up and then do 5 more or whatever number you choose, keeping your core active and your thighs anchored. Again, once you've done the number that you're doing, you press back into child's pose. You can widen your knees to come into a wide-legged child's pose. Rest for a moment, take a few breaths, rotate the shoulders, and then come right back to do the last set. When you do these, you want the tops of the shoulders to stay up and the elbows pointing back towards the body. You can add a few more sets of these in your practice. When you're done, you press back into a wide-legged child's pose and rest your arms on the mat, taking a few deep breaths here. Soften your shoulders and arms and breathe deeply into your back body. Then you'll take a deep breath in, and when you exhale, you roll up your spine and come all the way back up. Extend your arms out on an in-breath and press your palms together to exhale. Keeping your knees wide, come into tabletop and rock your hips forward and back, moving from a wide-legged child's pose in and out to warm up the hips and stretch the sides. You can move in any direction here. Take the hips to one side and then to the other side. You can even make circles, going in one direction, full rotation, then moving to the other direction. Any movement that your body requires, anything that you like to do here, go right ahead. Tap into yourself, tap into how you feel and how your practice feels, and move accordingly. Once you're done, you can move into any resting posture that you'd like, or you can continue with your practice. I hope you enjoyed this kneeling sun salutation practice and you continue practicing with me here. You can do so by subscribing or Join the challenge at YogawithJa.com. You can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook at YogawithJa.com. Thank you and enjoy your practice.